and welcome to Inside Lagos. I'm Adedoja Salam Adeniyi. On the show today, we'll be expanding our recap of developmental strides in Lagos in year 2021 as Lagos residents embrace the new year with high optimism and hope. Commissioner for Information and Strategy, GBENGA OMOTOSO, shed more light on the state's Greater Lagos agenda for year 2022. Have a listen.
Ẹni tí ò dé kò ìrìn ẹkùn kan.
Àwa ni center of excellence.
Ẹni ò dé kò ìrìn ẹkùn kan.
Àwa ni center of excellence.
Mo ní pé bó o bá dé kò ìrìn ẹkùn kan.
Àwa ni center of excellence.
Àwọn òyìnbó débẹ̀ wọ́n rí tá a jẹ́ ṣe.
Àwa ni center of excellence.
Haúsá débẹ̀ wọ́n rí tá a jẹ́ ṣe.
Àwa ni center of excellence.
Àwọn Ìgbò débẹ̀ wọ́n rí tá a jẹ́ ṣe.
Àwa ni center of excellence.
Gbogbo Yorùbá débẹ̀ wọ́n rí tí wọ́n mú lọ.
Àwa ni center of excellence.
Ẹni ò dé kò ìrìn ẹkùn kan. Èkó ò ní bàjẹ́ lórí àwa.
Àwa ni center of excellence.
Ọ̀pọ̀ ò bá dé kò ìrìn ẹkùn kan. If you reach Lagos, better life.
One good thing that can be said about 2021, it wasn't as tumultuous as 2020, which put in a claim to be the worst year ever following the advent of coronavirus, which has claimed more than 5 million lives and almost grounded the global economy. Lagos, one of Africa's fastest growing cities and the epicenter of the virus in Nigeria, surprisingly defied all the negative predictions to become one of the most promising economies on the continent in year 2021. Despite series of challenges that characterized year 2021, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu was able to sustain the city's spotlight when it comes to infrastructure and human capital development. Through his themes agenda, his administration continues to deliver on his campaign promises of a greater Lagos. Traffic management and transportation being the first leg of its development agenda, the government continues to intensify efforts at reducing the menace of gridlock in the city through its intermodal transport system. Work is ongoing on the Red Line Rail project, a 37-kilometer rail system that runs from Agbado to Marina. Same for the 27.5-kilometer rail system that runs from Marina to Kokomaiko, the Blue Line.
The rail works at Ikeja is going on well. We're hoping that they will even finish, especially the bridge component, slightly ahead of schedule because of the traffic impact that it has for motorists in that corridor. We push them to ensure that maybe by the end of the third quarter, the bridge should be completed. Similarly, also at the Butemeta, to have an overpass from Muritala Mohammed onto Old Apapa Road. There are stores inside the Yaba main market, and part of the things we need to encourage them in is to go inside the market as against selling on the rail track. So we will also ensure that the market board and everything will bring all of them together and see how we solve, the problem for them. But the market itself cannot stop development and cannot stop, the traffic solution that we're trying to ensure that we put an end to. Our promise on the blue and the red line are still on course. We're believing that with the contractors coming on a quarterly basis now, on a quarterly basis to come and supervise them, we'll ensure that before the end of this year, we'll see the trains on top of these tracks. That's our commitment.
Inner city roads were not left out of the state government's attention. Thompson Avenue, Milverton, McDonald and Latif Jakande roads were among 3.75 kilometers of road network delivered. Itamaga Iwelepe Road project was also inaugurated. The 6.5-kilometer Ijede Road Phase 1 dual carriageway was rehabilitated and delivered in 17 months. 6 major junctions, including Lekki Phase 1 and 2, Aja, Maryland, Ikotun, and Allen Avenue were remodeled to reduce travel time while deploying traffic light signal technology. Serious work is also ongoing to complete the 10-kilometer long Lekki Regional Roads network which covers the street from Victoria Garden City Scheme 1 to Lekki Freedom Way. Agege Pen Cinema Flyover was among the iconic projects delivered in 2021. Residents are now free from the perennial gridlock that had been associated with the Abule Egba Agege axis. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu also raised the bar of public transportation in the state with the procurement of 550 high-capacity buses. Other notable projects inaugurated by the Sanwo-Olu administration in 2021 includes Nako Bus Terminal, Oniko Multi-Layer Car Park, delivery of 14 high-capacity ferries to Lag Ferry, and the upgrading of 15 jetties. In health and environment, Mr. Governor's commitment to healthier and cleaner Lagos was undeniable, given the array of projects delivered in 2021. From the massive renovation of public facilities across the state to the inauguration of some maternal and child care centers, the state government commenced the construction of the new Massey Street Hospital, poised to be one of the biggest pediatric hospitals on the continent. Some other projects include the inauguration of oxygen plants at Bagada for COVID-19 and the establishment of 10 triage and oxygen centers. Launching of 102 brand new compactor trucks to improve waste management and sanitation in the state. For the State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, GBENGA OMOTOSO, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration would continue to deliver landmark projects as the Greater Lagos agenda is truly on course. It tells us how the Center of Excellence was able to swim against the tide, delivering numerous people-oriented projects at a time of global economic crunch.
I would like to, on behalf of Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the governor, thank Lagosians for being so cooperative, but for being so supportive, for being so resilient. You talked about COVID-19 being a kind of a hindrance. For us in Lagos, we saw it as a springboard for us to be able to lift up and then see what we can do about our infrastructure, about raising money to be able to complete all the projects that we plan to complete. So for us, it became a kind of advantage. We saw an advantage in the big disadvantage that COVID-19 was. And what we simply did was that the governor, being a financial expert, coming from the banking sector, he knew what to do about the debt of the state. So he, in conjunction with the Commissioner for Finance, they went to the finance sector and renegotiated most of our debts. And everything, I think, from about 18% of so came down to 12-point-something%. So it was easy for us to pay. And then we had this 100 billion naira bond, the first that any subnational has done in Nigeria. And then when it was a time for us to even record the bond, we did it, and in a manner that made everybody to be happy, including all of the investors. So there was money enough for us to be able to do all the projects that you saw. And then most important thing, Lagosians, they supported the government because they saw what the money was going into. Talking about the Pen Cinema Bridge that you have spoken about is a very good project that we are proud of. And Lagosians who use that corridor, they've been using that bridge and they've been praising the government and asking for more of that. So what the bridge was set out to achieve, to decongest the traffic in that area, is been able to do it. And till today, when you look at it, it's becoming an iconic bridge that the government is proud of, and the residents of that area, motorists who use that corridor, they are also very proud of it. So it's a project that anytime, any day, we would like to see as a symbol of our resilience and a symbol of our thoughtfulness and a symbol of our sincerity to deliver the dividends of democracy to Lagosians. So governance is not just something that stops from somewhere. It has to go on and on whether you are there or not. So the project that you spoke of, Pen Cinema, started in the days of the former administration. And when Mr. Baide Sanwo-Olu was coming in, he made it explicitly clear to Lagosian that he was not going to leave any project uncompleted, and that any project that had been started before, he will complete it. And why is this so? The most important reason is that this is taxpayers' money. If you waste taxpayers' money by saying that any project that your name is not attached to it, you will not have done service to the people of Lagos. So for him to have to do service, for him to show sincerity, for him to show that the people are more important than any individual or any administration that may have conceived a project, he had to deliver all these projects. And that is why he's doing all of that in housing, in roads, in so many other areas of governance. The work on the red line has started, and people have been paid compensation. And for the first time in the history of compensation payment in Nigeria, not only landlords who own houses along that corridor were compensated, even tenants were given money to say, for making you uncomfortable, take this money, go and get a house somewhere else. And people were excited about that. And like I said, it's the first time that kind of thing has been done. They are not just going to pull down all of the houses at the same time. They'll be pulling them down as they are needed. And since people have been paid compensation, there has been no complaint from any quarters at all about houses that will be demolished and those that will not be demolished. And that corridor, we are going to be sharing the line with the Nigerian Railway Corporation. So it's not as if a brand new line will be built all over. What we are going to be doing on the red line that will be most visible to people is that there will be overpasses, I think about 8 of them, in so many critical areas where vehicles can pass, so that there won't be any form of disruption to traffic at all. So if you are not seeing massive demolition of houses, it's not because the project has not begun. It has begun. We have delivered the JEDE, the first phase, and the second phase is going to start very soon. There's work going on Onoba-Sekumade Road, and it's a very big major road which we are bent on delivering in the new year. There's work going on Agric-Ishawa Road. It's also a major road that we are bent on delivering this year. And you know, we are having beautiful housing projects in Ikorodu that we have delivered in Igbogbo, and we do not want anything that may devalue that kind of a project. If you don't have a good road, it may devalue a very nice housing project. So all the roads that are leading to all those places are going to be delivered. But not just talking about Ikorodu, the Public Works Corporation works day and night. As I speak with you now, they are not even on holiday, they are working. If you check the social media, you see where they are putting it. This is where we are working today, this is where they are working tonight. They work at night. So in Lagos, the problem is that there are about 10,000 roads, inner roads in Lagos, and there is no way we can do all of them at the same time. So because they are being done gradually, all I can say is that our people should just take it easy. If they are not yet at your place, very soon, sooner or later, they will get there. So all these roads are going to be done. We have delivered a lot of housing projects. As of the last count, about 11 of them in Igbogbo, in Ibeshe, in Igondo, in Lekki, so many areas where those houses have been built, and people have been hailing the government for doing that. And then talking about the monthly rental scheme, people have been complaining that landlords charge them a lot of money, even as the economy is not looking too favorable to them. And the result is that people don't concentrate at work. They think about how to pay their rent. And the popular thinking, going by research that has been done, is that if people are allowed to pay monthly, that it will be easier. But people also talk about how do we raise this kind of money. So the government of Mr. Bayede Sanwo-Olu is coming out with this monthly rental program, and then people can go there and get money to pay their landlords, and then at the end of the day, when they don't have money, they pay back. It's like a scheme that is revolving, so that once you pay your own rent, and then when it's convenient for you, you come and pay back. So you can be paying every month. You don't need to just take money from your savings or from your pocket to go and pay your landlord a yearly rent. So from this scheme, the landlords can be paid, and then the workers or tenants can then be paying back every month. So it's a win-win situation for the landlord and the tenants. Everybody is happy, and that is the situation that the government wants, so that in Lagos, housing cannot become the kind of headache that people think it is now. Everything can be resolved. Even as we are building more and more housing estates, we are also making it very easy for the private sector to come in, so that tenants will be happy, landlords will be happy. If you look at all our hospitals now, our major general hospitals, almost all of them have been refurbished. You get there now, they look like brand new hospitals. And for the first time in a long time, we are going to be building new hospitals in Lagos. As I speak now, work is going on the general hospital in Ojo. In that axis, there has been no general hospital, and people have been complaining about that. But now, as I speak, work is on this hospital that is going to be modern, that is going to be new, and the kind of hospital that Lagosians will be proud of. And if you go to Ave Road, you go to Lagos Island Hospital, you go to Isolo General Hospital, all of these hospitals have been renovated. The renovation that we are talking about is all part of the gains of coronavirus, because coronavirus opened our eyes to so many things in the health sector that we need to put in more money, we need to put in more personnel, because it's not just all about brick and mortar. It's not all about the structure that you see. No matter how beautiful the structure is, if there are no personnel to manage it, it's useless. So our doctors, we are hiring more. More doctors have been hired, and more nurses have been hired, more lab assistants, and it's still going to continue. The health sector is the only sector in Lagos State that doesn't need the governor's approval to hire people. Once people leave the service, you replace them automatically. It's not all the sectors that have that kind of freedom to be able to do that, to hire people, so that nothing stops, so that you don't say because somebody has retired, that is why you cannot take care of a hospital. And like I said, new structures are going to be coming up. We are going to be building our own, yes. We have a Massive Street Children's Hospital that is being worked on as I speak now. Then we have the Mental Health Center that we are going to build in Ketu. And then we have the Research Center that is going to be one of the best in Africa that will be coming up in Yaba. Then we have doctors' quarters too that are going to be coming up, so that our doctors will be well taken care of. They will be living in a conducive environment that will make them to be excited to go to their work. And then the research center that I spoke of is going to be one of its kind in Africa, so that when we have this kind of pandemic, may God not let it come, and even if it comes, because experts are saying that there's no way you can stop such things from coming from time to time. So if you have such a pandemic coming in, we don't have to wait for the West to give us vaccine. We have to be able to develop our own vaccine. Our people are here who can do it. All they need is just the enabling environment for them to do it. And that enabling environment, the administration of Mr. Bayede Sanwo-Olu is going to provide. Lagos residents, they should be looking out for more purposeful leadership. They should be looking out for a year of action in my own words, because there are so many things that the governor, Mr. Bayede Sanwo-Olu, is planning to do this year. All of the things that we are talking about that will bring a kind of revolution in health, in education, they are all there. You have seen the school that we have just commissioned in Elemoro. That is the kind of school that Lagos wants to be building now. A school where people will not just be all about academics. They will also be allowed to develop in other areas of life, like learning skills, like being given facilities for sports training, like so many other things in which they can grow in agric in every way. And then Lagosians should be looking forward to good times in all the sectors, in health, in education, in agriculture, because of the various programs that the government is going to be rolling out this year. Especially our young people, all of the programs that we are going to do will be geared towards making them to know that the government really cares for them, because in the population of Lagos, that is about 25 million now, between 22 and 25 million, over 60% of that population, you have the young people. And everything that we are going to be doing will be geared towards making them to have a sense of belonging. In agric, in tech, we are going to be giving out more money for tech startups. We are going to be giving out more money for people who want to start their own business through the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. And where we are collaborating with the private sector people are also excited that we are doing a lot of things with them through Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, and through the peace program of Agric Ministry, for example. And then we have this research council that gives us money to people who are interested in research and then who are being stuck in that because they don't have money. And then in the area of the creative industry, there is cash for people to go there, whether you want to be screenwriter or whatever we want to do. You go there, they give you money to pursue your own movies. You want to do movies, you don't have money to do that. And then the academy that is training them. All of these programs are geared towards making our young people to be to have a sense of belonging and to know that the government actually cares for them, and that it's not just that they are the men of the future, they are even leaders of now. My message to Lagosians is very simple. It's a year of action for the administration of Mr. Bayede Sanwo-Olu. It's a year in which we are going to be needing the support of Lagosians, because all of the projects that we want to deliver them in peace. We want to deliver them knowing that people are backing us, knowing that people know that all these projects are for them. So we want a society where there will be peace. There is peace in Lagos now, but we can do with more peace. People should pay their taxes. People should have the confidence that the government is there and that is going to be a government that will never disappoint them.
No doubt, the year 2021 came with its peculiar challenges, but Lagos, Nigeria's economic powerhouse, was able to sustain its relevance as a trailblazer when it comes to infrastructural and human development, as it embraces the new year with high optimism and hope.
And that's the package on this episode of Inside Lagos. Many thanks for being a part of it. But remember that our imagination has given us wings to fly. So think big and dream big. I'm Adedoja Salam Adeni. Thanks for watching. See you next week.